And so if you go that route, Centaur, you kind of need to invest into the Retaliate to kind of turn at least some of the damage that comes from the Troll Warlord back his way. So we'll see. That being said, I am so freaking excited for this series, everyone. It is Beast Coast versus Boom. These two teams have a lot of love behind them. So for anyone who's a big South American Dota fan like myself, you're going to recognize a ton of these players. So I just hope it's going to be a great series.
Even the players, El Clasico.
It really is, dude. Like the top teams in South America right now are like they've all been playing on teams together, but they just keep shuffling around. And that's what's so fun about this region is it's like we were actually talking about this before the stream. There's almost no other country that has produced so many top tier players at the same time. Like
30 seconds.
it is wild how stacked Peru is. Oh, they do see the hoodwink. Oh, they saw her for a second, and yeah,
Hoodwink also sees them though.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm really excited. I wish there was more ability for South America to play on the global stage because I do think this region is on the up, and it will legitimately be one of the strongest Dota regions in the world within the next couple of years. But it's just a matter of time, in my eyes. I literally think that it will produce a TI grand finals team within the next year or two.
Did you fall out of the nest as a baby?
definitely seems to be going that way. And like you said, that's one of the challenges is the international experience.
Yeah.
But they're slowly getting there, right? Like a team or two makes it every year. It's building. It's building. It's developing. We're getting there. Now, getting into it, they get an immediate D ward in the mid lane, and then Rubik is actually going to lane in the bottom lane.
So this one is interesting. I'm a little bit surprised as to why, because like typically like Crystal Maiden would love to play into the Primal Beast just having the slows. I guess for this one, they want the Crystal Maiden to be the more farmed of the cores. So that's the only thing I can understand is El Misho, like we saw yesterday, he plays a very greedy support. And so for him, he's just like, all right, I'm gonna. Oh my gosh, he gets one. Did he see the other? He's going to now. He's not gonna be able to chase it down. He's actually just slower than a level 1 courier, but
Crystal Maiden thinks.
Yeah, so this is the part that I'm a little bit unsure of because Enchantress trades very well into a Crystal Maiden.
I think it's because of the Frostbite versus the creeps is maybe why they're putting it up here.
You're right. That's the only that makes sense.
I don't know, like your point about like Crystal Maiden will end up more farmed, assuming like she plays like a 4. I mean, I guess the spell damage is kind of good here, but are we seeing some BKB Ags
that level 2 timing
like Crystal Maiden?
I mean, they're just gonna get the kill here. Yeah,
they're running it down with double edge.
Okay, it still works. There's a gap close, and it's just in the form of Frostbite as opposed to Telekinesis this time. And El Misho doesn't need to get to level 2 as opposed to the Rubik, so it works anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Centaur,
a good chunk of damage on Centaur for it, so they'll need to heal up again. Maybe they can get a return kill coming up here.
You think they would be able to retaliate potentially?
Potentially.
I'm cracked this morning. I'm sorry. So in general, I think what you said is actually the primary reason for why they bring the Crystal Maiden top. All you need is Frostbite to deal with any of the Enchantress creeps. And El Misho puts a point immediately in the Arcane Aura, realizing this. He's like, I don't really need Crystal Nova in this lane. Like, all I need is be able to just spam Frostbite, and we're chill. So, I like this recognition. Vitaly with this First Blood is going to have a lot of extra gold coming his way. So, his Courier has a stick and some more tangos on it. He's almost to his boots as well. So, the game should be pretty good for the Centaur going forward. Not that it's going bad for the Troll, as you can see in the last hits.
Yeah, I think the bigger threat is to the Enchantress. And she's got like 100 to 200 less health than the Troll. So they'll just kind of like get through this lane, I feel like. Getting the Troll to farm.
Yeah.
I think it's hard for them to get a return kill, especially because they pivoted the Crystal Maiden up here with that Frostbite. Because usually you can go for like level 3 Enchantress, get a hard creep, save up, like wait for the cooldown, and then you have the Enchant Slow plus the Blood Grenade plus like whatever your hard creep does. And that's usually a lot of aggressive potential, but with the Frostbite, that's kind of dead. So
Yeah.
I think you get Troll what he needs, and then probably Enchantress puts more focus on like ganking mid, where Puck does not deal with like a hard camp creep that easily. He can dodge it, but like clearing it out and protecting his tower is not so easy for him.
Nice play from Lumpy here. Committing the Waning Rift just to secure the rune. He's going to take a decent chunk of damage from the enchant and the spam there. Holding the orb. Does have, you know, a couple bottle charges left after picking up the water rune. But definitely worth it. You kind of need to get that rune. I think you're right, though. Pakaz is not really under too much threat. Into a Crystal Maiden Centaur lane, he very early recognizes the spell spam, so he has the magic wand. He's got some stats and a Wraith Band. He's got boots now. He's going to be very difficult to kill. Like, if you ever try to gap close him, he's just going to Whirling Axe you and walk away under Berserker's Rage. And I actually really like his idea here, going for the second point in Fervor, as you don't actually have like the mana to sustain Whirling Axes, and none of that damage is going to stick onto a Centaur. So he's just like, yeah, I'll just play around Fervor attacks instead, and if I can keep the stacks on you, even better. So it's also, in my opinion, his better farming spell over Whirling Axes if you're not on Radiant. If you're on Radiant side, it's fine because you have the Moon Well or whatever, the Wishing Well.
Oh yeah, the buff. We were talking about that yesterday. It doesn't feel super impactful as a whole. It is pretty useful for certain carries and the way they jungle, whether they want HP or mana. It's like a little bit better depending on the side. I'm Troll taking a bit of damage here. Oh, there's so many creeps here for the Enchantress.
Where did these come from? He like sees Frostbite come out. He's like, it's my time.
I mean, you're right. He's like actually in here. He's gonna chase El Micho.
He's got some
The Hellbear is frostbitten under that tower. And that's the counter, guys. Look how long that lasts with that creep. That creep did not get to move.
Yeah. Pakaz is recognizing correctly kind of what the Centaur is doing. He's got plenty of Wand and a Lotus here, so he should be fine. But he's seeing that he's going 0 points retaliate because of the Crystal Maiden in his lane, right? He has all this mana to work with, so he is just attacking so much. And first coil comes out in the mid lane. Very nicely done. I mean, a sick kill, but yeah, doesn't manage to finish off Knight, so going the way of Boom.
Now, Arcane Rune taken from Biohoodwink, which is, I mean, you're glad the opponent mid laner did not take it, because both these mid laners would use that rune so well.
Yeah.
But yeah, a little disappointed for Puck that he was not able to get that return kill, I'm sure.
I feel like I've just been hyper focused on the top lane because I feel like that's the most interesting one. But bottom lane, we're going to see Pake and Illich kind of go head to head. For the most part, Sven is farming decently well. Primal B struggling a little bit, but this is a hero that can recover like pretty easily once he has phase boots. The only thing he has to worry about is kind of rotations coming through, and that might be what they're looking for. Stormhammer into the Rubik might be a kill, as Moose will go ahead and telekinesis him back. He pops the stick. He has a Lotus to play with as well, but with the Puck rotation, a little bit afraid to dive under the tower, and now they're going to just turn it back around. Moose, he's going to go down. Illich pops that Lotus, has a wand, but the cooldown reduction actually making a difference there. The nerf to wand, potentially killing him. That's wild.
Pretty good rotation. Primal Beast was doing okay up till then, but now being killed. I mean, he's still kind of getting what he needs, but Sven's happy with that, speeding up his own timings, and Puck, glad to pick up a now. Like, wait, who got that? An assist, I guess, at least for the Puck, not quite a kill.
Yeah, it still went to Sven though, so you're perfectly happy.
Yeah, yeah. They're looking at the Sven, but he's popped God Strength, clearing out waves, and he's just gonna go jungle. So it's gonna be hard to kill him now.
Yeah, he's just gonna chill. I think the mid lane is kind of going how I expected. A lot of times we see the Void Spirits come out ahead in these matchups just because it's his attack animation is phenomenal. And on top of it, he has a ton of damage. And you usually max Resonant Pulse in these types of matchups, so you get a ton of barrier just to try and reduce like the harassment that's coming out. So yeah, it's not surprising we're seeing Void Spirit a little bit ahead. It's really going to come down to the like level 10 timing, where both of these heroes usually have their first item. We're going to see Slatem's queuing up a Yule's. Lumpy, of course, going for that Witchblade, but the coil does come out mid, and they're just going to commit Frostbite as well, and they get him. Perfectly timed silence from Lumpy. Very good find.
We see there why this matchup can go both ways. Rubik gonna get trampled in the meantime. Coil is extremely powerful versus Void Spirit, and there's no real animation for it, so you can't really react to it. So at first, they just weaken him with the Frostbite, another spell that's fantastic versus him, and Crystal Clone is something he's going to have to worry about later. He's low, so then they just repeat it a second time, committing Coil this time, and they kill the Void. So yeah, we see that he was ahead a little bit from the laning stage, like you were talking about, but it's not such a free matchup that you can't respect. Like, you have to respect the puck and the threat that it brings.
Yeah. So Pakaz already has his cornucopium on the Troll Warlords, so he is just free farming at this point. Also has a Greater Lotus to play with, so this dude is going to be very difficult to kill as he just continues to farm up. Nice Remnant here in the mid lane, looking for the power rune. It is top though, and Panda will take
mid
it.
gotten a rune yet? I feel like the supports have grabbed all of them.
All the supports have gotten them, yeah. And this is kind of what we've been seeing as like a trend in this patch, right? Is so many supports coming mid for the power runes because realistically, they are too strong. They are way too powerful in my eyes. As mid laners can put them to, they can completely change a game. Like honestly, like we always joked in the past where it's like, you know, a 2-minute double damage rune was just like the game-winning rune if you were a mid laner. So that's why they made it. So that's when they introduced water runes. So it's like, all right, we'll delay it to 6 minutes. But now it feels like even the 6, 8, and 10-minute rune can completely change a game.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the point, right? Of the power rune. It sometimes does feel a little bit like RNG, where it shows up on one side or the other, but I feel like even if you delayed it further, you're like, okay, we won't have it come till 10 minutes, 15 minutes, right? Like, whatever point they come out, it's like, wow, double damage at 15 minutes, that could change the game, right? Like, so it'll happen at some point. I do think pushing it back was good.
What a remnant there. Great telekinesis, probably almost gets clipped. A good attempt there from Moose, but El Micho gets trampled down, is now looking for the Sven as well. DP in from the Centaur. He has the Stampede to play with. You got to be a little bit careful. Coil comes out. Stampede is there. Great Pulverize doing some work. The stomp into the Primal Beast. Can they finish him off? They're actually looking to grab Pake here, and they got him. Slatem's with that Resonance Pulse underneath the tower. Moose will steal it, having like 1,000 barrier on this Rubik. But Centaur falling low. The damage from Panda from this Void Spirit's too much. Lumpy still surviving, but needs to be careful. Good dodge there for the moment. Blood Grenade is out. Orb catches onto 2. They pop the sticks, trying to survive. Slatem's. He's going to make it out.
Gonna have his ult in 3 seconds. I think he should be fine here. Oh, even the safety bubble comes back online. Gets a double damage.
Yeah, he baited. He
immediately turns around.
Big time for the Primal Beast. Remnants will catch him. Pulverize gets committed, but instantly canceled.
See, man, the 12-minute power rune double damage is just so game deciding, you know? It's ridiculous. Immediately gets a kill with it.
One of the things I was wondering for a long time is one of the ways to balance like the rune RNG is like if a power rune spawns on one side, the other side always spawns like a water rune or something. So you're not just like, well, shit, I don't get to have anything now. You know, it's like it at least is like a, you know, it's the bone, you know, like that you get thrown every once in a while.
Yeah, it could be an interesting idea, especially like for the bottles, but I'm kind of okay with it being RNG. We talked about it the other day. Is kind
you
of like
want
chaos,
dude.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
I think it's good in the sense that it adds variety to a game and it is a potential comeback, but it's not like completely random. Like that's why the supports come, because it's like the skill component of trying to control the RNG that whether it
Yeah.
spawns top or bottom, you will get access to it. But at the same time, if it was like guaranteed to always go one way, then whoever's winning would just like keep winning, right? And so it, on one hand, like some players are like, well, if I get a lead, I should keep the lead, and I get that. But on the other hand, it's like, well, if I fall behind, I shouldn't just lose right away. I should have a comeback potential, right?
What is
So
this, League of
it's a tough
Legends?
choice. It's a tough call, and I wouldn't say either approach is wrong, but I like it. I like that it's a bit random.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind RNG existing in Dota. I feel like power runes, they've been like actually balancing them for a little bit, which is quite smart. A Yule's to dodge the stomp, very close from Slatum. So the coil is there, and they will be able to just run him down. Freezing field committed. In comes Pakaz. Finally, the Troll Warlord thinking it's time for me to get active. Still has that Battle Trance Bushwhack. Holds up that Crystal Maiden. So it's a 1-for-1 trade, but a massive win at the moment, as they're going to look for potentially more here. They'd like to grab Moose on this Rubik. Pulverize is available. He's going to be able to onslaught away.
Onslaught.
And onslaught back the other way. In comes the Centaur.
Instant
Stomps him
stomp
underneath
cancel.
the tower. Great blade mail, though, for the moment. In comes Sven. I mean, honestly, if you're Pakaz, you could try and battle trances, but your team, they're stuck so far behind you. He's got to be very careful. Lumpy looking for an opening. Pakaz wants to turn. Another Stomp comes out and he gets bursted instead. Bushwhack will help find the Centaur. Pake still here on this Sven, but doesn't have much left. They will disengage. So getting active early on the Troll, not as strong as the Sven, as we keep seeing, as he literally has less than half the amount of HP that a Sven does.
These fights are so close too. This is the strength of Sven, just with your ultimate and the cheap items you buy early, you're just ready to join so quickly. Whereas Troll went for the Battle Fury, some damage, but it's not that much.
Yeah. Look what you have to do just to... Look what you have to, like... what's the meme? Just to have a fraction of my power.
Yeah, look what they need for a fraction of our power.
Yeah, it's like you have to go buy this Battle Fury, and Sven's like, 70% cleave? Pathetic. Also just comes to the fight with like 2600 HP, and the Troll Warlord's like, I have 1200. This is fine, right? Illich here.
He even
We'll
had
find
the
out
shield
Misho.
rune, but
Yeah, that's the other thing too. It's like he had shield rune, and he still like is not even close to the Sven's HP. It's one of the reasons we see Sven as just a top tier pick in this patch. Mid lane, they should get Panda here as well, even committing the coil. Moose almost juked himself.
Radiant's top tower is
what's
under
position
attack.
for Crystal Maiden building? Got drums so far.
Yeah, this is kind of standard Crystal Maiden farm, honestly. I think he's still playing the 5 just from the off lane.
Radiant's top
Big
tower
stack
is
being
under
cleaned up here from Pakaz, but completely under vision, and they might find him. The Blink Stomp in from Italia. Will he get the ult off? He does not, and they steal the whole set of big creeps as well. Oh boy, that is a rough one for the Troll Warlord. Very good timing, and honestly, that whole thing set up from Moose placing that ward like several minutes ago when they were looking for the Wisdom Runes on the smoke.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Now it looks like they're gonna find Knight behind the tower as well. And I gotta say, like, the laning stage from Boom started off pretty strong. I'd say they were winning all the lanes. Bottom lane maybe the closest, the Sven versus Primal Beast. But so far in many of these fights, it seems like beastcoast just comes out a little bit ahead. And many of these fights are so close. So
Oh, Centaur
I don't
Stomp.
know, it could like easily go the other way. Puck into the trouble here.
He has to coil. Yeah, it's like, I don't know if... Oh, a decently timed Yule's there to try and cancel the jaunt away. El Misho is going to give his life for it. I mean, that's coiled down, low commitment for the most part. So that's nice for the side of Boom. But you're right. I think there's been some very, very close interactions here. Or engagements, I suppose, where like it could have gone either way.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean, we see
Beast
it, like,
Coast is barely edging out.
Yeah, and like even in that situation, right? They get a kill, but like if we look at who's dying on both teams, it's 13-12. It sounds close, but
Oh, no.
Beast Coast, they're mainly losing their supports. Crystal Maiden has died 5 times, Rubik's
Oh,
died
no.
4 times. Because
Not again! He's like, all right, guys, they have a ward still. He bought a ward, brought it out, placed it on the front side, being like, it's got to be over here, right? When did they make it to the pillar? But no, it's actually on the pillar behind him. They're looking for a hoodwink now. Yule's trying to buy him a little bit of space, but in comes Illich on the Primal Beast, doing a decent chunk of damage, but it's just Lumpy on this puck, silencing them up, doing so much work with this early Whisper of the Dread as well. I think he's going to know where their ward is now at this point.
Dude, he doesn't get to it soon, it's actually just going to die.
Nah, Panda's coming.
No, he doesn't have a sentry.
It's coming. It's on the courier.
He's going to get killed before he can do it.
He might
Look
live.
how slow that attack is.
Yeah.
Double edge? He's going to have one more double edge.
Oh my god. Frostbite cooldown. Unbelievable.
Look, and by the time he respawns, the thing's going to die. The sad thing is, he's going to get there, he's going to place it, he's going to see it, and then it's going to die.
Dude, that's actually so true. It's dead at 36 seconds. Yeah, Picaz was like, all right, I'm farming top, guys. I'm done. I'm out. Don't want this. Despite his back-to-back deaths, he's still relatively farmed this game, but because of those back-to-back deaths, Pake has been allowed to do whatever he wants on this Sven. He's got a BKB done. He is almost halfway to his Blink Dagger. So 3,000 gold lead all of a sudden for the side of Beast Coast. Definitely going to pay off for them. We're seeing Knight kind of go for another greedy Hoodwink build. Ends up rushing Mage Slayer as opposed to the Maelstrom, but going to go back for the Maelstrom anyway. And then it's going to be the Shiva's pickup on the Centaur.
Yeah, the fact that Troll is still fairly farmed. Oh, mid lane?
That is a very good dodge.
One, shows how good Picaz is at farming, but two, shows the importance of killing him 3 times. Like, if this guy had been farming that entire time, oh my god, that'd be such a scary troll, right? And that's why it's so good that they were able to kill him that many times.
Yeah, he's going for a BKB here, and he definitely needs it. It's just, again, the nature of, like, agility heroes versus strength heroes. Well, BKB comes out from Illich, able to dodge that Centaur Stampede right away, but Lumpy finds both supports on the backside. Coil will get dropped. They're trying to get out of here. They might reinitiate. Lumpy just keep dancing back and forth. He does manage to finish off the Enchantress. Really well played. Is now Sladeum's. Yules does have an Astral Step away. He will be able to dodge out that storm. And okay, so he ended up losing only one hero.
I thought they would have Lumpy there. It looked like Bushwhack should have connected, but I guess all the trees were dying and the Acorn Shot didn't land in time. Unfortunate. I think Bushwhack would have killed him. It's pretty low, so the damage from Bushwhack plus like 2 more auto attacks from a universal hero like Void Spirit. Unfortunate for them. Fallen 5k behind now, 6k behind now. 21 minutes.
Yeah, they are just getting a lot of area to farm now.
Yeah, and it's going to be tough. Like, Troll can kill a Sven. It's one of the reasons they picked the hero, where Sven brings a lot of burst, but thanks to your ultimate. And, I mean, once you have enough farm as an agility hero, it's difficult to be burst by a Sven.
Yeah.
But you have to be able to attack. And the other 4 heroes on Beast Coast all are pretty good at helping you kite the Troll Warlord. You're going to have, like, Crystal Clone, Frostbite, Slow. She's getting Drum Boots, too, for, like, max move speed. There's Lift, Coil, all sorts of stuff. Illich in the mid lane might be in a bit of trouble. BKB up in 1, so I think he'll be... Never mind, they're going to burst him before it comes up.
The Shivas is just doing work from the Centaur already, and Knight on the run here. I don't know if he's going to make it out. They got a Frostbite in 1 second. Lumpy, 1 more auto attack, manages to finish the job. He's got a Haste Rune, and that is very scary. Is now Panda going to be the next target here for him, waiting for that Witchblade proc. He's got it. Now, the question is, can the rest of the team get down here? You don't have a great spell stolen on Moose, but eventually you'll get him. There it is. For some reason, I thought Puck died, and I was like, what? It's just phase shift.
It gets so lost in team fights nowadays. There's like so many effects and stuff. I'm getting old. Phase shift or any ability that removes a hero confuses me so much because I always think they're dead. I'm like, where'd they go? I don't have object permanence. If I can't see it, they're gone.
Yeah, dude. It's like you see like a puff of, of an ability. Like the Crystal Nova comes out and both the heroes disappear and you're like, huh? They're
They
clearly
double
all
kill
dead.
each other. Crazy. Okay, something pretty cool. We can talk about this. Sven's actually getting an AC. We don't usually see an AC on Sven at this point.
I think it makes sense.
Dire
Like
are
you're actually gonna have to like you don't want to have to like commit a BKB to kill the Enchantress, so the attack speed is pretty useful for killing her. But you also want the armor to deal with the Troll Warlord, who is just an annoying hero, right? To be able to just press it, just press ult and kill you. So I think it serves a couple purposes for sure.
Man, it did not seem like Untouchable was even active there. Pyke just attacks so fast with the Mask of Madness and Echo Saber. They're going to get Roshan now. That was not really the target they were probably hoping to find with the smoke, but since you pick up a kill so close to Rosh, I mean, it still opens up the space. Doesn't look like Boom Esports wants to fight either. Troll TP'd here, I thought maybe, but either they don't know or they just don't feel they can fight this.
Yeah, I think they know Pakaz ulted for the Tormentor when they saw the Tormentor go down. It's one of those things where it's like, you can leave Troll to solo a Tormentor. You see the Enchantress and the Primal Beast showing. You're like, okay, he ulted to kill Tormentors, so he doesn't want to fight.
That's a good read, yeah.
And he's closing in on an Aghanim Scepter. It is a really good item, especially against Warcry, right? Being able to immediately dispel the Warcry, but Hoodwink gonna get caught on the backside. They do go ahead and hit a great little acorn shot there at the last second from the Hoodwink. Stops Vitaly's Blink, who was definitely looking for an opening. BKB out from Illich. They actually managed to catch the puck, and Aegis immediately dead, and the Primal Beast on the backside getting a lot of work done, but he's just completely alone now. Double kill for the puck as he hits level 18 now. He is a strong boy.
See why they felt they could pick that puck at their, I think it was like third pick, right? Because they knew there's not that much crowd control for it. And yeah, they commit the initial crowd control to get the first life of the puck, but he respawns, they've got nothing left. And in the meantime, yeah, they're just clearing out the Primal Beast in the back. So beastcoast have a firm grasp of this game. I think if they avoid diving and throwing too much, they should be able to just kind of like follow the game plan, right? Go lane to lane, clear out all these buildings. Because they lost Aegis pretty quickly, they probably don't want to just force high ground. I think would still look for them to find a pick-off or a fight. Or if they can't, they'll just wait for the second Aegis, which is a little bit, but I would give you time to finish the AC, plus probably another item on Sven. He'd be pretty much completely slotted at that point.
Yeah, I mean, he's about to get his level 20 talent, which is nice, but they actually got the puck. A great turnaround there, just getting a little bit too aggressive, and that is a huge amount of gold. It's over 1,700 going their way, and Pakaz wants to chase down Vitaly here. His Aghanim Scepter is done, so very difficult to get away from this guy now, and it's just going to be a matter of time. Does pick it up, goes to Illich thanks to a Blade Mail, actually. So, I mean, those are two huge kills going their way, only losing the Hoodwink for this.
Definitely, yeah. Maybe overextension or feeling too good about this the way he's been playing. That was Lumpy's first death, which, to be fair to Boom, they kind of deserve one puck kill. There's been so many situations where puck barely got out alive, which has been great play by Lumpy, but finally paying the price for it. That was a lot of gold too. That was a huge kill streak. What was it? 1,700 gold for the team as a whole. Illich picking up the kill, getting 1,100 of that. So what's he choosing to buy with that? Working on a Shiva's.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, the armor makes sense for this game, and then
just that attack slow.
Yeah, the attack slow on the Sven. His team doesn't have that much magic damage, but
Primal Beast late game alone is enough magic damage, I think, to warrant a Shiva's. Like, I've played a lot of Primal Beast since this hero came out, and like with the new items, it is pretty overwhelming when this hero like has like 4 or 5 items, because he will just kill heroes. Like, the amount of magic damage he does is ridiculous, especially if you happen to find something like a Timeless Relic late game.
Troll's gone for an Aghanims. It's honestly pretty good because the Whirling Axes will purge the enemy, and Warcry is giving a lot of extra armor to his teammates here. 25 bonus armor that you can now remove every time you have Whirling Axes, the ranged version. Curious to see if Pyke will buy his own shard or if he's just going to wait for a Tormentor, but I think he'll be waiting for a little bit if he chooses to do that. Actually, okay, only Rubik doesn't have a shard, so maybe he is just going to wait for a Tormentor.
Yeah, I mean, that's possible for sure. I think they just took it, though, so it's another 10 minutes away. Like 9 minutes at this point, but they might wait. I think for him, he's more focused on finishing up his next set of items, like the Harpoon and Satanic anyway. But yeah, it's really good at being able to dispel that, but on top of it, you can also instantly dispel Frostbite onto your own hero.
True, yeah.
So or Crystal Clone, right? Like there's a lot of good dispels for Pakaz to use on the melee form. So I think pretty good. Also just some major quality of life buffs to Troll, so you don't have to like swap back and forth between the stances easily. Good pick off mid here from Lumpy, setting that one up. Has a Nemesis curse, so adding insult to injury, as he is getting very, very farmed. He went back for a BKB. He had an Aghanim Scepter queued up for a while, but BKB done instead. I think probably a much safer pickup here, considering the Aghanim Scepter from the Void Spirit, right?
Yeah, I think that's exactly why he needs it. The double silence potentially coming out just ruins your hero. It's long enough to get you killed. Puck, very mobile, but not that tanky.
Oz is actually in a pretty good position here to try and take a fight. If they can get on top of Pyke, the Remnant does connect, and the Battle Trance is out, and immediate pulverize. Sven, you're not getting away from this one. He's trying, but moves next. Looking for El Micho. Beautiful read from Pakaz. Triple kill for the Troll Warlord, and that is a lot of gold. Lumpy will make it out. So does the Centaur. But yeah, boy oh boy, that is a 4,000 gold swing and 1,350 of it going into the pockets of this Troll Warlord. Now neck and neck in net worth. Pretty much even with the Sven.
Yeah, like we said, you can definitely kill the Sven as the Troll Warlord. So you gotta be really careful about that stuff. They thought that was a free tower. They weren't being contested, but he was actually just waiting in the trees, which was a really great call. Maybe could have been scouted by like Crystal Nova or Illusory Orb before just kind of like committing that far to the tower, but great pickup for Boom. This game's really close. I mean, they're behind on towers a little bit, but I mean, we're about to see how fast Troll can even that out. I mean, just look at this guy go.
Yeah, they do manage to find a nice kill in the mid lane onto the Enchantress once again, but this does mean they force the fortification out bottom side now. As for Void Spirit, he is taking a beating here. They drop the coil. The Yules just barely doesn't snap it. He tried. It was very close, but that will end up being a kill onto the Void Spirit.
I don't think he dies if he gets that coil snap correctly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which you guys... Yeah, for the people that don't know, you can walk to the edge of coil without snapping it, activate your Yules, and because you like spin around a little bit, it'll pop coil, but it doesn't affect you because you're in the Yules. So it's tough because you can't see like the exact range you need to step in. And I mean, it comes into play right there. He tries to get as close as he can, could have got a little further, and then he probably lives there.
Yeah.
All right, round 2 on this tower. This time it's Illich hiding in the trees. Not the same as a troll, though.
Yeah, they're going to give this one up. Knowing that the Void Spirit's dead, I mean, that's your major initiation tool as well, so they will clean up the tier 2. Sven, he's going to back away now. I mean, they don't want to go high ground. They don't want to threaten this. They obviously know Roche will be respawning relatively soon, or at least potentially. And
a max spawn almost.
Near max spawn, 2 minutes, 50 seconds. So that is rough. Pakaz has gone back for a Skull Basher into what will eventually, I'm assuming, be an Abyssal. So huge pickup for him. That is like your end game counter to the Sven, right? You attack so fast, as soon as you get your hands on one of these heroes, if you get a single bash, they will be bashed for the rest of the duration.
It might let him kill Puck as well. If he if he finishes an Abyssal, you just Abyssal the Puck and then just pray for a couple extra bashes or some help from your teammates. So
You also
both
can
teams
go
are going to
Swift
push.
Blink.
Oh, yeah. That's a great pickup for him, too. I wouldn't be surprised. That might be his next one.
Yeah, I think you
start
will.
working on it, and then maybe he has to consume the Ags first, but...
Yeah, we're going to see a fight break out on the bottom. Little twin gate here as they do look for Vitali. Stompede is down, and with that, they can get pretty aggressive here on the side of Boom. In comes Fake, but the Battle Trance BKB out from Pakaz. He's just trying to get his hands on something pulverized. Will find the Crystal Maiden, but you need to get more out of this. Rubik will be next. Taunted catches Puck on the backside. As now Slatums, he finds this Sven. His BKB's available, but guess what, man? This Troll, he's happy to take this fight. And now Lumpy needs to be very careful. Troll with this attack speed will get the kill. Triple kill for Troll. And once again, Beast Coast lose a very important fight. Unfortunately for Boom, there's still no Roche. But Pakaz is nearly level 25 and has a completed Abyssal en route.
That was an insane fight for them. I thought the initial coil looked good.
Yeah.
And because was only killing supports at first, but while he was killing supports, Beast Coast was not getting anything in return, not killing the backline or getting their own damage in on the Troll who couldn't like change targets. So after killing like quote unquote just supports, they're like, well, it's 5 versus 3 guys. How about we just keep going? And they just find him in the trees, and I think Sven popped BKB and immediately got rooted by the Troll.
Yeah.
And took him a moment to like process, turn around, start hitting Troll. But Troll already had like the stack, so
Yeah, once he has a
tough.
few fervor stacks, it's over.
Yeah, it's very you pretty much have to depend on RNG to like not be bashed, and then like that you get some big hits on the Troll, which he did not go dataless this time, so he really can't burst the way maybe he'd like to. And he's
Coil
even getting
comes
MKB.
out. Lumpy, BKB committed. He's going to be able to get away for the moment. El Micho not looking good for him as a Sproink will finish the job. Centaur will be next. Goes down to the hands of the Troll Warlord once again. But you're right. It's like you kind of just have to pray for the RNG that this Troll Warlord does not get a bash or a root. As soon as he does, there's no saving you because he can commit BKB and tunnel any hero down.
Mm-hmm. How do you
Or he
feel
commits Battle
about
Trance.
Yeah, how do you feel about Sven's build where he went AC, he's going to go MKB. This is a much more consistent damage output, but it means he doesn't have the like here's one stun, double crit, you're dead kind of output.
It's definitely interesting. I think early on it was making sense to me because I'm like, oh, you know, he needs the armor. But I think you are kind of playing an RNG game here in a scenario of like, will I get rooted? We'll find out. But in this scenario, it also could just be
BKB for this.
Wow. Yeah, that's a little surprising. I mean, why not?
Misclick.
When else is Hoodwink going to use BKB?
I think it's a misclick.
But I mean, on the Sven side, it's like the RNG for him is like, do I just get a 2,000 damage crit in one shot like one of these heroes?
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest issue for him is he doesn't have like this Ags to avoid getting kited, and he needs to initiate with it. And so I feel like his build this game, in hindsight, might have been better going for like the Ags dataless build we see a lot of the times.
Yeah, I think I would like that too because I just don't think Troll is someone he can beat in a consistent damage output game.
No
And
one does.
I kind of get it, like, to have the mischance dealt with, but, like, I think you're just BKB praying that, like, we chain stun this guy and we burst him before he can even pop his ult, which, I mean, he has the talent now, so very unlikely for that to happen, but, well, I mean, you had silences, so maybe, but I think that would have been better for their play style. Having said that, as well, I do think they've kind of thrown away some fights.
Cool. Enchantress down on the backside. I mean, that's a good commitment of spells, so you might be able to initiate here if you're Boom, and they're going to chase. He really wants to get to this Sven, and oh boy, that Abyssal's coming, baby. BKB is not going to save you here, and with that one, immediately dispelling that Glimmer Cape, and there's your Battle Trance out. Disarm, though, actually making a little bit of a problem. Lumpy ends up finding a kill on tonight, but all right, Sven gets out. Because we'll have to just turn his attention over to the Centaur. Whirling Axis doesn't connect, but Void Spirit does. Now realizing, okay, I'm tired of this Rubik. He's the one who's being very annoying. Whirling Axis to finish the kill. Yule's here from Slatums. He's trying to finish off Vitali. Just keep this Blink Dagger on cooldown for the team to catch back up, and they got him. A scrappy engagement ends up going the way of Boom here once again, but the Sven getting out is massive.
Yeah, I'm amazed he managed to live there, but I don't know what kind of fight you need at this point on Beast Coast. Like, are you just hoping to chain stun Pakaz and silence to prevent the ultimate? Like, they have to wait for that?
I don't think it's possible. I like legitimately. Once now at this point in the game, he has Kaya, he has like Sanjiasha, right? So your silence duration is really not that much, and you're not going to burst him in that duration. Especially if he decides to pop BKB. You have to chain BKB and silences and kill him in under 2 seconds. It's not easy.
Also, there's 4 other heroes.
Yeah, it's like in a perfect world of like 5v1, right? It's still even very hard to kill the troll. Because if you're short by even a fraction of a second, Troll will kill everyone, right? He just turns around, presses BKB ult, and everyone dies. Pakaz will be able to just continue focusing up this tower. Okay, they got him, the chain stun, but no, he turns around the BKB, the Battle Trance, and the Sven. He needs to get to safety, but can he? He's kiting him out for now. They get the kill. Okay. Can they do it a second time? Pakaz rooted up. He gets tossed to the cheese. Lumpy with his own BKB. They're chaining, stunning him down, but now Troll, he's going to try and turn around, but a nice telekinesis throws him to the low ground. Lumpy's doing a lot of work here on the puck. The Pulverize stolen from Moose. A good Stormhammer. Buyback from the Crystal Maiden as well. Illich, he's not out of this one. Four staffs up to the high ground. Chase comes through. They get themselves a fantastic set of kills.
Why to live there? Sven didn't have Aviana's Feather. Sven just being able to like walk up the high ground and hit him. Okay. They didn't even lose barracks for that. They managed to bring the troll super deep into the base, and he didn't kill the Sven because I mean, I think with the Boots of Bearing, they were all just like max movement speed, so Troll couldn't catch up to actually attack. Yeah. But was, of course, the classic complaint about Troll, the uncontrollable ultimate. He just has to follow in. Puts his team in a bad position. All right, Beast Coast, they got a chance here, maybe. I still think it's pretty hard to kill Troll, but does show there's ways to kite it out, and mistakes are always possible. We're now here at the enemy's half of the base. This is a huge wave. Catapult, too.
They did a really good job at holding their spells for the Troll. Like, as soon as he turns around with the BKB ult, El Misho holds off on the Force Staff as well as the Boots of Bearing just to give the space to the Sven so he can run away. And he's hasted, right? Like, basically, at all points, even without the Boots of Bearing. Like, once he pops Warcry and Aviana's Feather, this dude's fast. You're not getting to him. So it's an interesting way to play it, and it worked for them. We'll have to see if they can do it a second time. I will say, during all of this, Sven is no longer the carry. It is 100% Lumpy on the puck. This dude has Mjolnir, Daedalus, Ags, and an Ancient Guardian.
Oh, yeah, that's scary. So, he's going Refresher, too.
Yeah, this is the build. Like, you actually just drop your ult and just kill anybody who does not have a way to dodge out these attacks. Like, if you don't have Glimmer Cape, if you don't have Yules, you're in so much danger. So Lumpy did almost all of his team's damage. They did like 13,000 of like the 14,000 damage that happened on that high ground fight. So you actually have to deal with the puck now, I think, more than the Sven. And that's
Who's
kind
gonna
of the...
teleport back for the wisdom runes.
This is like one of those potential major downsides of the draft for Boom is ultra late game. Yes, you have Troll, but you don't really have a second major carry outside of like Void Spirit getting really farmed, but he does not have that. He's at like 10,000 net worth behind a Puck, right? So if your Void Spirit had like Parasma Scythe right now and like a Daedalus or something, then maybe, but you're not even close. So
These creeps are working the bottom lane.
yeah, what in the world?
It's
6
gonna
range
force.
creeps.
It's forcing Boom back, and Beast Coast should look for a fight.
Lumpy wants a kill so bad. Oh, because
I'm a little surprised they didn't just immediately commit to that. There's no
Yeah.
way Void Spirit could have been there yet. But he did leave pretty quickly, so I guess that's what they're scared of.
Radiant
There's
They know
actually
he's
still
still
creeps in
just
the bottom
standing
lane.
Dire's bottom
yeah,
barracks
he
are
literally
under attack.
TP'd and the team was like, "Get back here!"
It's like, oh shit.
my bad.
But the issue is someone's got to go back again soon. I mean, these creeps they're gonna do it.
Smoke on smoke. Slatums jumps in, manages to dodge the silence from Lumpy. Stampede as well. Slatums BKBs and they're stampeding away, trying to just reset on this fight. And honestly, it might work because
There's
they
an
get the
amplified
Hex
damage in the bottom.
onto the Puck, but he gets the BKB and there's the coil. You can see the damage starting to latch, but it's only onto the Troll Warlord, and he's still got the Battle Trance. They take down the Centaur. They're looking for the Crystal Maiden as well. She's got no hope. 2 heroes dead without buyback is Illich looking for more, trying to find moves, trying to find Puck. That would be a great one. A Yule setup here onto the Sven. He's still got a BKB at the moment, but another Hex is going to catch him. Where's your Troll? He's taking down the Rubik. Your buybacks not available for anybody on the Radiant, and Pake, he will survive. Same with the Puck, but oh man, a costly fight.
And now they're gonna see that amplified damage rune too. Wow, that could have been so different if Sven had that rune instead. But now Troll kills everyone. Now he's got the amplified damage, and there's no buyback. So I don't think they know that. I think they know Crystal Maidens because she used hers earlier. But they're gonna walk in, and you're about to get some sets of racks here.
Yeah, they would love to just force buyback. The thing is, for Puck in this fight, very differently, only gets a coil onto the Troll Warlord, and he's happy to trade the BKB or his Battle Trance for that, especially if he's got a target, right? But he needs to be able to get those coils onto multiple heroes, like catching the Void Spirit, the Primal Beast, maybe a support as well. And the damage from that is pretty overwhelming, but he doesn't want to commit right now, obviously kind of waiting for his team to come back up. 1 lane of barracks gone, now looking for the second. No fortifications left for the Radiant, and Troll will clean these up very quickly.
Radiant's bottom barracks are
Just
under
like that, 2 lanes down, favoring Boom as they will disengage from the high ground. Lumpy trying to force a little something, doesn't get it. Roche on his top.
Radiant
We're gonna see the Void Spirit TP up immediately, and the rest of the team probably gonna head that way here fairly soon. Oh, that is a stampede. They want something. Illich gets caught here in the trees, and I think Primal Beast might be a little dead as they commit the God Strength as well. Another Scythe, though. There it is. Picked up here on the Void Spirit.
They need to deal with their lanes, which is going to prevent them from just running at Roche. Well, maybe not. Rubik's going back. But it does mean you can take a 4-on-4 fight here as Boom Esports. I think they know this. They're like looking to see who's back. Okay, so they see the Rubik. They know they can take this fight now.
Panda with an Invis rune right now. Well, he ends up popping it. Has a gem as well, kind of revealing where they are. The jump in Hex onto the Crystal Maiden. That's a great way to start it. She's dead. They've caught the Sven as well. His BKB's available. Perfectly stunned. The chains are there. Sven pops that BKB, trying to fly away with this Avi on his feather, but a good read there from Slatums. Takes him down. And no Sven, no BKB, no God Strength. Not worth the buyback, most likely.
Harry Puck trying to cut creep waves. Do they have any? They have 4. That is more than enough. There's no wave clear here. Troll's
That's
gonna
mega
get
creeps.
megas for his team. There's no fortify. Forced to come in on this.
That's
but
a decent coil, but it only ends up catching Troll again. And just like that, there's your Battle Trance Centaur. Just food to this Troll Warlord. Lumpy dumping in a lot of damage here. He's cleaning him up. Troll Warlord incredibly low, but can he keep himself in this? No. Pake with the God Strength is going to have enough damage to finish the job. And now Lumpy going one to the next. 4 dead on the side of Boom. Will catch Enchantress as well. Triple kill for the Sven.
Wait.
His buybacks paying off huge. And
Troll does
Lumpy
not have
barely
buyback.
surviving. Dude, he is actually 1,000 gold away, too. That is a Roshan if they want to go for it. And they
if
didn't get
knew,
Megas.
they could actually take a lot of barracks if they knew Troll had no buyback, but I'm sure they assume he's got to at this point. So, yeah, they'll probably offer the safe Roche play. It's got Ags.
You give it to the Sven, man. 100%, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to see who else. Puck's got his. Puck's probably the most, like, the second best, so... Yeah, put it on Sven. Unless Workhorse?
Oh!
Workhorse freezing field?
Whoa, wait a minute. Actually, this is one of the games. It was like a meme. I was like, what ranged hero? Puck? But you're right, freezing field. Holy pog. I mean, it's
That'd
a
be
meme
sick.
for sure, but... Oh, dude, they're actually doing it. Oh my god.
Oh, they're doing it!
All right, Workhorse. Here we go. Freezing field Workhorse. It's time for El Micho. He's waited all his life for this moment.
This is... Dude, this is why it's position 4.
Dude, he's level 22. He has his freezing field damage talent as well.
He doesn't have his Ags, though.
Yeah, it doesn't have Ags. I don't think it's fine, right? It just increases the number of explosions and applies Frostbite. In general, it is still a lot of damage.
I can't believe they gave it to Centaur.
Dude, I mean, on a more serious note as well, outside of the CM interaction, it is a great way to save a hero being taken by the Sven.
That's
right?
true.
He can like blink in, Workhorse his ally, and then Troll's like, wait a minute, I can't attack that anymore.
Yeah, probably won't use it on the Crystal Maiden. If Troll gets like bashed up, you'll come in, Workhorse him, pull him away. Oh, maybe this is how you can bring Troll into the fountain.
He is basically hasted
wait.
under Battle Trance and stuff, right? So
A little bit of a demonstration here, yes. He's like, how does this ability work, guys? I have not used it. They're like, okay, just use it here real quick. It's only a 30-second cooldown. 24-second cooldown.
yeah,
so.
they've buffed this ability so many times because it is widely considered the worst Aghanim Scepter in Dota. And it's like not even close either. Like there is not another Aghanim Scepter that is remotely as terrible as this one. It used to be a 60-second cooldown, I think, when it came out, which is crazy. And it shared a cooldown. Well, no, it used Stampede is what it was initially, right?
I can't remember, but it looks like coil instantly on.
There's the
Troll.
refresher.
Second coil.
Oh,
wait.
he gets the he almost chain stuns down Pakaz, but that's gonna be his ult. His BKB, everything expended, and now Pake's like, whatever, man, I'm gonna fight you. They get the Troll, he's dead. What an incredible play from the Puck as they're looking for more. The stomp has caught Illich onto the backside. A stolen pulverize from Rubik, grabs him from downtown, dunks him into the pavement. What an incredible catch. Beast Coast not going down without a fight.
Troll does have buyback this time. God Strength is how long left? A quarter duration left. All right, they might wait out some cooldowns here. Wait for this. They still have some time to work on the Aegis, but I don't know. You kind of want to force something, right?
I mean, you definitely have to wait for Coil, and Puck needs mana really bad right now. He committed a lot for that, and Coil's coming up off cooldown in 7 seconds. They're just going to commit into the base. They get the buyback from the Primal Beast. Here's Sven. He's in deep. Stampede to get him out. You still have the Workhorse as well. Give it to El Micho. Give him the Workhorse. Do it. This is your time. Illich, nice stun. Good Coil again. Going to connect. Sven trying to hold the ground for the moment. Does manage to get grabbed here. Oh, there's no freezing field. You can't do it. Lumpy, however, on this Puck, pops the cheese. Looking to go for more. Sven ends up blinking in aggressively here. Great stomp from Vitali. Manages to find the Void Spirit. Slatem's able to get out for now. Dissimulates very far away. A lot of spells committed, a buyback for the Primal Beast, but no deaths.
Wait, they're not gonna see the double damage. They gotta get it. Oh, Puck sees it. Okay. Puck, yeah, take it yourself. You're
Yeah,
doing more
he's
work than
actually
the Sven.
damage dealer. All right, we have a scenario here on the Puck where he's going to start doing some ridiculous damage as well once he gets his Swift Blinks. They did reduce the scaling of the attack speed by 10%, but it's whatever. It's really not that significant. But yeah, Swift Blink in, that's a lot of extra attack speed.
And it's a extreme kill threat on the troll now that it pierces debuff immunity as well. It was really scary at first when he was double commitment on Pakaz, but because Pakaz had to then react to it, pop everything, it did let Sven just go in and finish off the job. So I think they're not going to be too afraid of doing that again as Refresher comes off cooldown here. I think if you also get a big coil on like the rest of a team, that's also an option for the Puck. You don't have to like double commit on Pakaz. They have to be very careful of their lanes. They got one set left. It's a melee barracks at least, so it's a little sturdy, but I think that's part of the reason they couldn't push as hard as they would have liked to previously, is because like Enchantress had that lane really far in, which I think is something maybe she should look to do, is like find a troll creep and just keep it somewhere top, so you can just keep cutting that creep wave and putting that pressure onto Beast Coast. She's kind of looking around for something now.
54 minutes, no gold lead, like at all. It is within 1,000. It is ridiculous.
I think both teams even brought it up to like a 10k advantage for their teams at one time or another. So this graph is not like flat the whole time. It has gone up and down.
Yeah. I love this. I've been hoping for a really good game because we've had some stomps. You know, there's been a couple good games here and there. NA, not as entertaining. At least the best of 5 grand finals was sick. I will say this. If you are Boom Esports here, you have to start getting Wind Wakers. That is your only counter to the Puck, just one-shotting your team. And so Slatem's, he has his cute. He's almost got it. But now, Pakaz on the Troll Warlord, I think rightfully recognizing the same thing. He's like, if I get a Wind Waker, I don't get soloed by Puck. Coil's going to come out. It will snap. The Force Staff does not get you away. Glimmer Cape will save him for the moment. The jump in. The Hex from the Void Spirit actually catches a few, and they actually get the stun. The Invisible Blade on the Puck. That's the big one. He's dead. A huge play is now looking for more Crystal Maiden. Force Staff's away, but Vitali, the impetus, the Hoodwink as well. He workhorses, but what an Aghanim Scepter, baby. See, that's the moment where you like have to workhorse in and save your Puck, but doesn't quite work, and your Puck dead, has buyback, still has a refresher as well. You can hold. It is possible, but there is no Centaur as his buyback is on cooldown for 5 more seconds.
Yeah, it's coming up. They're going to have to commit they have to like all buyback right here, right now.
Moose, BKB, stolen, pulverize, the Stormhammer as well, because he's on the run, he's got no ult.
Wait, Coil's not on him.
Dude, he's out for now. Puck, however, chasing, should be able to finish the job. He gets him. The Abyssal Blade's not enough. Huge find. The Coil, like you said, just barely missing. Void Spirit as well. Caught on the backside. A huge 2 picks. Oh boy, you're right. They have to commit everything, and they do. Run it back. The pendulum swings. It's now Beast Coast time.
It's our turn. Let's go down, guys. This is so scary now, though. That was a lot of key buybacks. Anyone who dies, it's really scary.
Radiant are scanning.
Oh wow, Puck bought his Parasma. Okay, I thought he was gonna buy the Swift Blink, but he buys the Parasma. I mean, this item is insane. It got nerfed like a relatively decent amount, but still
I'm actually
kind
of surprised he doesn't even have it sooner. So
yeah,
I think it makes sense.
All right.
Okay, so what lane's the play? Top?
Yeah, probably.
So far, they're like doing a lot of running around. I feel like they're not making use of the.
Their lanes are in shambles, I think, right now. They're actually just stampeding into the mid lane as they found Panda on the Enchantress. Pake trying to get on top of him. Doesn't have a BKB, gets hexed up instead, but here comes Lumpy. The Ags. Coil doing a ton of work to the Hoodwink as she's going to survive thanks to Glimmer Capes. That's the counter, man. You need to have detection ready.
Moo's trying to get in range, but just not quite there. Gonna pass the gem over to Vitali, who's a little bit more likely to be in range to prevent that from happening. All right,
There's another
Roche was a very quick spawn. Nether Aghanims. This time to complete the meme on Crystal Maiden? Nah, Pyke still needs it, right?
It's gotta go to Sven, I'd imagine, but I could make a case for Crystal Maiden or Rubik. But yeah, they will give it to the Sven.
And the cheese Aegis onto Puck because Puck has no buyback. Makes sense.
Oh, Panda needs to be careful. He's actually underneath ward, and Sentry gets the D ward, but no spells here on the Puck. They actually find him. Again, he's got the Aegis, so his first life is going to be spent. You cannot let Puck die twice. Good stun out from Pake. Phase shift, but it might actually cost you your Sven's life. A super long duration pulverize, and he's gone. His buyback is available, trading his life for the Puck. Is
You
it
actually
worth
had
it?
to do that.
Yeah, I
if
think you
Puck
had
dies
to.
twice, you lose. Sven having to buy back sucks, but you can fight. You have a chance.
What's some little bit more net worth going his way? I mean, his buyback is expensive, 4,000 gold, but luckily he's banked 7,500 at this point. So, telekinesis onto the Enchantress. Nice little grab there. Lumpy comes in. That's the coil you want, but where's the detection? They're all invis. The second coil comes out. There's the Abyssal Blade. He's caught the Puck. Can he get the safety? He can't. Centaur's not there. That is the one you're looking for, but can you get more? Buyback on Troll, buyback on Hoodwink, looking for the Enchantress now, trying to finish her off. The Untouchable is just way too much, and Pakaz is back, baby. The Hex catches Sven up onto the high ground. They're able to chase him down. That's the dieback on more. Boom, trying to finish the job. The workhorse is out, but for 1 point. What a terrible Aghanim Scepter this game. Unbelievable. Boom,
I don't
Esports.
think we saw it come into play once.
No, I mean, the only way it matters is if you save the Puck. That's it, right? In these scenarios, if you can get the blink in, BKB, workhorse out your Puck, the fights potentially go different.